Hello, I'm Bob Ross, and I'd like to welcome you to the 12th Joy of Politics series. If this is your first time with us, please allow me to extend a personal invitation to get your paints and brushes and paint along with us. And if you've been with us before, please allow me to thank you for inviting us back for another series of painting shows. And today, I thought we'd start off with doing a little painting of the space shuttle explosion. As I start talking about something that's been on my mind lately, we're going to have them run the colors across the screen so that you can paint along with us. As all of you most know, recently the Space Shuttle Challenger broke apart in 73 seconds after takeoff. This is not a happy little accident. 7 people, 5 NASA astronauts, and 1 paid scientist and 1 school teacher perished in this explosion. We are painting here today to remember the lives that were lost. We're going to start off with a nice blue sky. Our rocket is going to be a nice rusty orange color with a white shuttle. As we begin painting the shuttle, let's talk about how this explosion affected the world. This explosion shocked the world and broke my heart. The engineers at NASA knew that it was far too cold out for their O-rings on the fuel tanks to seal properly. Let's add some details to our shuttle. We're going to be using a midnight black to add some of the windows. Anywho, as I was saying, these rascals in politics are what caused this explosion. Launch fever, not like a real fever, boy do I hate those, was felt within NASA and the government. No one was made fully aware of the problems that had been occurring. Let's add some clouds to this blast off. We're not going to paint the actual explosion today because that's just too sad. An important lesson that we can learn is about trusting science and communication. 7 lives were lost because of this faulty mistake. The influence of politics overpowered science and facts and their lives. You can do anything that you want to do. You can determine what your little world is like, just like in this painting. That's why it's important to not forget about the small things in life, just like these clouds that we've been painting today. Now we're going to move on to another painting. Let's clean our brush now. Now we just have to beat the devil out of it. Isn't that fun?
Our next painting is of the Berlin Wall. The Cold War, not that kind of cold, has been going on for many years now. It has just come to an end with the fall of the wall. We're going to be finishing up this painting of the Great Wall. The spokesman for East Berlin's Communist Party announced a change in his city's relations with the West. Starting at midnight that day, he said, citizens of the GDR were free to cross the country's borders. This ended tensions between East and West Germany. Let's use this dark burgundy red color to paint out bricks on the wall. We can use big blocks to make this outline. Remember, in art there are no mistakes, just happy little accidents. Let's talk more about the Cold War. After World War II, the remains of Europe began to be split up. Divides in life can be very different. They can be good, like this break in the wall, or bad, like the result of this divide of Europe. The Eastern countries were under the influence of communist Russia. Communism has always interested me because the ideas of it are in the right places. But the outcome has always been not so happy for the people. And sometimes politics take people away from what is more important, such as being happy and appreciating all of God's creatures. As we finish up this wall, let's be grateful that the Cold War has finally come to an end.
Bro, I'm so suited right now.
Me too, bro.
Hi, I'm Nancy Reagan. If you are offered drugs in school, on the street, or at a party, remember to just say no. The detrimental effects of drugs on young people can be fatal. Remember to always just say no.
The Exxon Valdez oil spill is a seascape that we're going to do today. Here, I've already done an outline of the ship, and we're going to paint the ocean around it. This is an event that really pulls at my heartstrings. As you might know, I've lived in Alaska, and I admire nature and all of God's beauty. As we paint the ship hitting the Bly Reef, let me describe what happened. 11 million gallons of crude oil spilled into Alaska's Prince William Sound. This killed hundreds of thousands of poor innocent critters. These little rascals should never have had to suffer in the oil along the miles and miles of coastline. A collision with the Bly Reef, I've sadly never visited this reef, tore open the ship's hull. Let's paint these waves with our fan brush. Just dab a little platinum white and it'll crest the perfect mixture for our waves. You can create anything you want on this canvas. I'm just here as a guide. This collision was not a happy accident. It was a failure. A failure because of Joseph Hazelwood, the captain of Exxon Valdez, had been drinking at the time and had allowed an unlicensed third mate to steer the massive ship. It is only a failure if we repeat this mistake. If we repeat this mistake of destroying the precious environment God has created, it is only truly a failure if we repeat this mistake. Exxon paid about $2 billion in cleanup costs and $1.8 billion in habitat restoration, but this does not make up for the seabirds, otters, seals, bald eagles, and killer whales that the spill killed. Now let's finish up this painting with this midnight black to show the oil that spilled, killing all of God's creatures and their habitat. What's up? This is MC Hammer. Did you know that last year, in 1985, over 8,400 people died from AIDS?
Damn. Wow.
AIDS, or acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, is an incurable illness that develops from the HIV virus. The gay and African American communities have been disproportionately affected by HIV and AIDS. Do you know your status? Get tested today.
Get tested. Before we have to say goodbye on this fine day, we're going to paint the fine country of Iran. Let's start today by using the old 2-inch brush with some sap green color. Sadly, Iran has not been a happy little place lately. A group of Iranian students stormed the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, taking more than 60 whole American hostages. A source of tension between Iran and the U.S. stemmed from an increasingly intense conflict over oil. The U.S., being the nosy little rascals they are, appointed Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi as the new leader of Iran. Shah turned out to be a horrible dictator whose secret police tortured and murdered thousands of people. Let's continue this painting with some midnight black. President Carter agreed to allow the exiled leader to enter the U.S. for treatment of cancer, a horrible disease. In response to this, a group of Iranian students stormed the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, taking more than 60 whole American hostages. Carter decided to launch a risky military rescue mission known as Operation Eagle Claw. I like those. The operation was supposed to send an elite rescue team into the embassy compound. The operation failed horribly, which was not a happy accident. It was a sad accident. Reagan took advantage of Carter's difficulties and was able to win presidency. What a sly dog. Hostages were released hours after Reagan's inaugural speech. Finally, a happy ending to this tragic sob story. Now we finished this last painting. It's almost time to say goodbye.
That's it for today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed tuning in to paint with me. Everyone here at the studio thanks you for the support, and I would like to see any pictures of what you folks have created. Thank you all, and God bless.
I am a CEO.
I am a lumberjack.
I am a mother.
I am a tour guide.
I'm a backup dancer.
I am a student.
I am a train conductor.
I'm a shoe polisher.
I'm a retired busboy.
I am Magic Johnson.
I am a baker.
I'm a barista.
I am an artist.
I'm an astronaut.
And we are Americans living with HIV.
You can contract HIV by having the virus get into your blood cells. It can be transmitted through sharing needles when shooting drugs, blood transfusions, sex, and childbirth. Many people with HIV do not know that they have it. Make sure that you get tested.